In this video we are going to see the life cycle of Spring Bean. So life cycle of Spring Bean is managed by Spring IOC container. So first phase is instantiation phase, where Spring IOC container instantiates all the beans and allocates memory to them. So after instantiation is done, Spring IOC container populates the properties into the beans. This is nothing but the setter injection and constructor injection. So after this injection is done, Spring IOC container calls the bean aware methods. So these bean aware methods are normally used to get the Spring IOC container objects. So after calling bean aware methods, there are pre-initialization and post-initialization methods which are called before creation of bean and after creation of bean object. So after bean object is created, bean is ready to use and can be consumed by the application. In the final phase, when container is shutting down, so there's interface called disposable beans. So disposable beans destroy method is called, and we can also call our custom destroy method. So this is the entire life cycle of Spring Bean. So let's see the demo of this method. So to call the pre-initialization and post-initialization methods, we can call this by two ways. The first way is by implementing the initializing bean and disposable beans interfaces. So this is my employee class, which is a model which has three manager objects, which is manager, manager 1 and manager 2, and this is my manager class. Each manager has ID and name. So my employee class is implementing initializing bean and disposable bean interfaces. So initializing bean has one method which is after properties set method. So this method is here, after properties set method. So this method is called when Spring IOC container sets the properties of the bean. So let's say after properties are set, this message will get printed, which is initializing beans init method. So and before destroying the object, we need to implement the disposable beans destroy method. So disposable bean is nothing but interface, and it has one unimplemented method which is destroy, and we have to provide the implementation of that method. So this is destroy method, and we'll print the message disposable beans destroy method. So init method is called, and disposable beans destroy method is called. So let's run this application. So this is my main class from where I'm creating context object and getting the bean named employee. So this is XML configuration file. So let's run this application. So see, here first message is printed, initializing bean init method is called, so which is after properties set method. So this method is getting called after setting up the properties. Then we are printing the our bean, which is manager object or employee object. But the thing is here our destroy method is not getting called. So we have created the application context object here, and application context only calls the init method. It cannot call the destroy method. So to call the destroy method, we need to use abstract application context. And so using abstract application context, we can call the disposable beans destroy method or custom destroy methods. So application context creates the method, or we can call the init method of application context. but we cannot call the destroy method because application context gives that freedom to the clients. They can use their custom methods to call the destroy method. So when we create the object using application context, it only creates the object and it handles that object to the client. So that the destruction of that object will be managed by client. So that's why we have used abstract application context. And then we need to use the method which is register shutdown hook. So this method will be called when Spring container is getting shut down. So after calling this method, the container will get to know that you need to call this destroy method. So let's now run our application. See now, so first after properties are set, initializing beans init method is called, then our object is getting printed, then disposable beans destroy method is called. So after properties are set, this method is called, and before destroying the object or before the shutdown of the container, disposable beans destroy method is called. So this is one way to call the after initialization and pre-destroy methods. So there is another way to call this method. So we won't implement any of these interfaces. We will write our custom methods. So I will just comment this. This is my custom init method. So I will print here calling custom my init method, and I'll also call the my custom cleanup method, which will do the cleanup task after our work is done. So if this is nothing but a destroy method. Custom destroy method. Now we have defined our own methods. So in order to get these methods work, we need to do some modification in our Spring configuration file. So in this Spring configuration file, this is our bean id employee, and for this bean id we need to call the custom init method and custom destroy method. So we need to add the attribute here. So I will add init. There is attribute called init method, and we need to give the name of init method or custom init method, which is nothing but my init. My init, and our custom destroy method. So we also have the destroy method attribute, which is cleanup. So now Spring container will know that init method is my init and destroy method is cleanup. So after running the applications, let's run. After running the application, our custom methods will be run. So see, this is calling custom my init method, then our employee object is getting printed, and then calling custom destroy method. So these methods are called only for employee object. So if we have common init method and destroy method in our object, so we can also define this init method and cleanup method as global, and we can define it in this bean. Init method my init and destroy method cleanup. So for all the objects which are getting created, these two methods will be called. So let's run our application. So we need to add this attribute in our global bean stack. So this default init method is myInit and default destroy method is cleanup. So after running the application, so our default myInit method is getting called and our custom destroy method is getting called. So this is all for this video. So in this video we learned about the two ways of calling the initializing method and destroy method. So first by implementing the initializing bean and disposable bean class interfaces, and second by using the init method and destroy method attributes in a XML file. Thank you.